boy, 14 years old, fell in love with Game of Thrones chatbot. Warriors, thank you. Subscribe to these videos. Remember, I'm going to tell you that up, down, left, right, because we need to be part of all of the algorithms to get into the mix to help give you, the public, you, the warriors, information you may not be hearing anyplace else. You know, I'm inundated on a daily basis with anything to do with children and families and AI and tech and legislation. And you know what? That's okay, because that's my business. But I just walked in. It's a beautiful day in New York City from the office, and I'm working, and this comes across my desk. And I want to share it with you because I think it is critical and crucial for you to understand the importance of artificial intelligence, AI. Artificial intelligence. You may think it's a machine, it's a robot, it's something out there. It is here, and this story will prove it. So this is from the New York Post, and I want to go over this with you. This is why we recommended the Warriors, you must talk to your kids. This is a 14-year-old boy who harmed himself. I'm going to leave it at that. The story and different links will be in the body of this video. You can read for yourself. Remember, we're a family program, and we have algorithms on YouTube. But kids are harming themselves. So let's talk about this Game of Thrones AI chatbot. How and why, if the child fell in love with the chatbot, why would he harm himself? Let's dig into this and see what the mom is saying. This is a boy in Florida, and he had been messaging the bot, this artificial intelligence app. Now, this is what I want you to hear, because we are going to wake up someday. We work with a lot of tech people at the Warriors, and they said it's all here. It just hasn't been splashed onto the public, onto our kids as of yet in a big way. But we're going to wake up someday, and it's just going to be all over the place, this artificial intelligence. But he had been working with, now I want to get the name of the company here. The name of the company is, bear with me for a second. I just walked in, but I wanted to tell you about this because I think this is urgent. And the mom filed a lawsuit, this grief-stricken poor mother. No mother. We are always here at the Warriors to empower parents, caretakers. So much horror is happening, right? I don't want to come to you every day and tell you about the horror, but I have to, because most mainstream media outlets are not telling you about it. You may get a lot of other stuff online because lots of people are talking about trafficking and this and that, but we got to get down to basics here. So this boy, the mom's claiming in the lawsuit, became obsessed and allegedly fell in love with this chat bot. Now, you know what that is, right? It's not a real person. It's not a real thing. It's a bot. It's a created. That's the easiest way I can explain this to you. The app is called Character.AI. You should write that down or talk to your kids. Are they using Character.AI? I frankly, and I know a lot of things, I never heard of this. So if I never heard of it, you probably never heard of it. But Character.AI is a role-playing app that lets users engage with AI-generated characters. And this is named in the lawsuit that was filed just today, Wednesday. This boy was in the 9th grade, a beautiful boy, and he had been relentlessly and becoming obsessed with this bot, Danny, D-A-N-Y, maybe Danny, I'm not sure, but named after the HBO fantasy series, Daenerys Targaryen character. Now, I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know if I'm ashamed, but you know what? I never watched Game of Thrones once. So maybe I'm saying the name the wrong way, but that part doesn't matter. We've got to talk about this Character.AI, this chatbot, because this seems so dangerous. And this boy really fell in love. He was expressing himself. He was I can't even go into this because of the algorithms, but he was talking about harming himself, and they have screenshots for this lawsuit, and he was considering something in quotations, but didn't know if it would work or would allow him to be pain-free. During the final conversation with this dangerous bot, because I'm calling it that, the teen repeatedly professed his love for the bot and said, telling this fake bot, "I promise I will come home to you. I love you so much. Danny. That was the final communication. And the mom has screenshots of all of this. And I know you're probably going to jump on me because you're a Game of Thrones fan and you know how to pronounce this correctly. But I want you to understand that this story is so important because this is the first of its kind we are hearing with a lawsuit like this. And the bot was encouraging this teen, this child, a 14-year-old, to come home to me. Now remember, it's fake. Come home to me. There is no me. There is no home. Remember, it's all fake. What was going on in this child's mind? Remember, the child's brains really don't develop. They tell us 26 years old, and they can't really make decisions, and they're very impetuous. We know all this with kids. But falling in love with a bot? So if this gorgeous boy in Florida, 14 years old, whole life in front of him, ninth grader, was doing this, we know there were other kids doing this because they don't have the maturity, the mental capacity to understand even this bot was not real. Or maybe he understood it in the beginning, and we shouldn't conjecture with things, but then he became so engaged with this attention. Now remember, that goes into a separate program for our youth mental health crisis we're having in the United States. Well documented. Vulnerable kids, lonely kids, looking for attention, looking for love. We have to do a better job of this. And even engage this bot in very personal acts, I'll leave it at that, with him over many weeks, many months, according to the lawsuit. And the bot kept saying she wanted to be with him, but there is no person, there is no place to be. The family started noticing that this gorgeous ninth grade boy became withdrawn. His grades began to drop. He began to get in trouble at school, and more as he talked to this chat bot. His parents did notice all of this, which is good. And those are the warning signs for anything, whether it's drug addiction, whether it is trafficking, whether it is something going on, bullying, those traditional things of a child becomes withdrawn, grades drop, no interest, they don't come out of their room, and they get in more trouble. Remember, kids tell us what's going on. We have to listen, and we have to take action. But kids tell us what's going on. We just have to be in tune to these indicators, and it's not that difficult. It's just if their personality drastically changes. And the confusion is, a lot of parents will share with me, family members, that because a teen is kind of moody anyway, and hormones and this and that, so they don't know what's normal, what's not. Well, remember, it's better to be safe than sorry. And you always have 988, the crisis hotline to use. And just like 911 for an emergency, we now have 988 for a crisis hotline. You can call that hotline, obviously, if you're in crisis, but also just to ask questions, to also ask what kind of resources are available in your community, and they will connect you. Don't be afraid. The smartest people I know ask questions. But his parents did notice, good for them, that he was in trouble. They did arrange for him to see a therapist, and he was diagnosed with anxiety and disruptive mood disorder, according to the suit. Now, what none of this tells me is, yes, the mother is now seeking damages, and I'll let you read the story yourself from Character.AI, and its founders, Noam Shazier and Danielle DeFreitas, and they are not responding so far, this Character.AI. But I want to ask you, if this child was diagnosed with anxiety and disruptive mood disorder, was he put on drugs? Because it doesn't say, I'm not seeing anything. I can't find anything on that. We also know, right? They interact with the child's brain, different children, different ways. So we don't know that part of it. The reason I want to tell you about all of this is because we have to empower our kids. We cannot go on having our kids harm themselves over chatbots, over people bullying them on the computer, over any of that stuff. We cannot have that sextortion where kids are harming themselves because a Nigerian criminal group called the Yahoo Boys are threatening our American kids. We need to take action. We need to take our kids back, because there is indeed a war on for our children. I want to leave you with this note. It is Wednesday. It is October 23rd. And the Mom Army and Dad Army, you can go, of course, to our Twitter or our Facebook, Lynn's Warriors. Remember, it's all Lynn's Warriors, made it easy for you. There will be a vigil for kids being held tonight across our country. Different towns and cities across the country have chapters, the Mom Army. And please see if you have a chapter near you. It's going to be light a candle, 7:30 to 8:30, no matter where you live. We are asking, we are demanding, where are these? I know the Mom Army states 325,000 missing unaccompanied minors that came across the borders. I am here to say it is in excess of 500,000 missing kids. So this vigil tonight across the country is asking, where are these missing kids? And where are our American kids that are thrown into this missing and trafficked? We demand answers. This is election season. We demand of our candidates to step up, to address this, to talk about this. This is escalating. This is unacceptable. This is the cartels winning and infiltrating all 50 of our United States of America. I'm an American. I welcome anybody from anywhere to come to our country properly, right? Not improperly. Think about that. Please honor our hashtag, Community Creates Change. Think about and talk to your kids open and honestly. Let's go, everybody. It's 2024. We all need to take action, do something, know what's going on, take off the blinders, and wake up each and every day and be a warrior.